What's going on, everyone? Colonel K's Theorists here, and I am here with
Jack,
Toby, and
Jack and Toby. And Jack's finally come along. Thank you for tuning in. And we're going into chapter. I can't speak. We're going into chapter 2. Let's just get right into it. So we were invited to something. All right. So you could. I'll just do Isaac, and you could do males. Jack.
tell me. Alright. Kian, drop everything. You've received a dinner invitation.
A dinner invitation, but Chief, we're in the middle of a murder investigation.
Count
hell?
Damien von Bloodsager seldom invites people to his castle, but when he does, it's unwise to refuse. Kian, I should warn you that the
Oh,
Count
God.
is, rumored to be,
Oh, I wonder. Please don't tell us he's a vampire, Chief.
I'm sure it's only just a rumor. Just be polite and do whatever he wants, and nothing bad will happen. Good luck.
Kian, I don't believe for a second that this Count is really a vampire, but if he purports to be one, we might be involved in our bloodless poet's demise. We better see him at once. Oh, God. Oh, there he is, you know, sleeping. Who's that?
I don't know.
Hmm.
My.
Alright, wait, what? I didn't read that. Okay. Count Damien von Splutzer. I read that, I just... Damien von... whatever.
Thank you for accepting my invitation, Secret Agent Kian. My cat Lucifer and I never leave the castle, but the owls bring us news from town. I've heard of your famed detective skills. I also know about that vampire attack in the cemetery, and I decided to give you my version of the events, before your suspicion naturally turns to me.
Your version of the events? Do you mean you saw the victim tonight?
You could say that. Edgar broke into my castle, drunk as a sailor, wishing to see a real
Okay, so that
vampire.
was the shadow.
He was most disappointed to hear that I wasn't the time of the month when I shapeshifted into a bat and drank human blood. I sent Edgar on his way, unscathed.
I see. The problem is he went back to the cemetery where we found him dead, with all the blood drained from his body. Count Damien, I hope you understand that Secret Agent Kian will have to look around your castle.
Do as you wish, Secret Agent Kian. I'll leave you to it, for dawn is close, and I must hide from the light.
Oh boy, this is gonna be a long day. Yeah, he's suspicious, to say the least. I don't think he's the killer because he sounds a bit too obvious, but I mean, you never know.
Alright, sometimes the obvious choice is the most unexpected.
Yeah, at the end of the day, when you're expecting everything else because that obvious one was too obvious, it ends up being the non-obvious one. Okay, pocket watch, and a smoke pipe, and a woman's shoe, and that, and that, and a satchel. Oh great, another ping. You're lagging? Is the display lagging, or? Okay, does that help a little bit? I just turned on the sound. Display only. Well, well, I just turned on the sound, like, literally just right now. I've had the audio off. Count Damien goes to great lengths to adopt the appearance of a vampire, but have you seen the coffin he keeps in the hallway? Ah, but I see you found some clues. I concur, this satchel belonged to the victim. We better inspect its contents. And that porcelain might have been knocked down by Edgar as he broke in. Piecing it back together should be enlightening. Alright, so Toby's having some troubles. Wait, is he here? Or did he leave?
He's reconnecting.
Ah, okay. Okay, so that's the loading thing. Alright. Okay. Well, we're gonna continue, either way.
Okay, no problem.
Oh, boy. This.
Another murder clue.
Oh, look, there was a little arrow in it. Kian, this tissue restored is splattered with blood. Tarnation, if this is the victim's blood, then Count Damien lied to us about letting Edgar leave unscathed. We must send this dish to Viola at once. Alright, we'll get to that in a second. I'm just gonna do this real quick. Alright, who could the 5th suspect be? Are we gonna have a recurring, or is it just gonna be like last case? I like that we're actually getting new suspects, though. I like that. I'm not reading that.
Can't see.
Key, in this poem, you found in Edgar's bag might reveal the thoughts of him the night he died. Let's see. It was many a year ago in the village of the trees that I broke my heart for a maiden you'll know by the name of Annabelle Lee. Yep, that's a suspect we know.
Ah.
Kian, I don't know much about poetry, but this one's quite clearly about Edgar abandoning his darling. Oh boy. Except Annabelle never said anything about this. On the contrary, she said the angels were jealous of their happiness. You're right, Kian. We better talk about Edgar's muse again. Talk to Edgar's muse again. Toby, you there?
Yes.
Okay. So he's
Can you
fixed it.
see?
The video is not appeared. Sorry.
Alright. Well, we're gonna get onto this plate. Oh, God. Go ahead, Toby. Toby?
Toby?
Oh. Ian, did I tell you that lunch with my father was a success? I was very nervous after what I heard about him, but he was really kind. I think I'm going to meet him again.
Well, have to take your word for it, Viola. Now, what about the...
Of course, Kian. You want to know about this dish you found in Damia's castle. The blood is indeed the victim's.
Botheration! I didn't believe for a second that Count Damien was a real vampire. If the victim's blood is on this dish, he'll have some explaining to do.
Okay, so it's a new suspect.
Yeah.
Wait, until you hear the rest, Kian. I found some fingerprints on the dish. Some of them were the victims, but others belonged to a certain Amelia Bat.
Haha, bats. Case about vampires. Ha.
I checked our records, and Miss Bat is Count Damia's housekeeper.
A housekeeper? You're right, Kian. We better get acquainted with Miss Bats. Alright, so let's see. What do these 5 have in common? Other than all being absolutely weird.
Blonde hair, maybe?
Maybe. No really distinct eye color unless we wanted to do brown again, but we just did that like 6 cases ago. Lipstick, maybe? I kind of doubt it. They already did lipstick just a little bit back. Okay, I got nothing else.
Let's talk with the housekeeper then.
Mrs. Bats, we understand you work for the Count Damien's housekeeper. Toby.
That's
Are
right,
we?
dear. The Count never lives at the castle, so I do shopping. Groceries, cat food, fresh dirt of the cabin he sleeps in.
Toby.
I know you must think secret agent yet. The Count is somewhat peculiar, but he really would hurt but he really hurt our fly.
Toby, are you lagging?
Here, I'll finish this one sentence off real quick. It's these young liabouts who should really do something about. They keep breaking into the castle just to gawk at the Count, and I have to clean up the mess they make. Perchance this explains the blood we found in this dish. The man who cut himself breaking it ended up murdered a few hours later. Can you see that?
Murdered?
Okay.
Serves him right for getting liquor up in the tavern before trespassing and breaking dishes. That's all I have to say about this matter.
We shan't disturb your sleep any longer then, Miss Bats, until new evidence comes to light, that is. Now, Kian, everything seems to come back to the victim getting drunk in the tavern. Which say you take a fresh look at the place. She has a cat. Don't we all have cats? I mean...
Yeah.
I have a cat. That makes me the killer, pretty much. I know some stuff about vampires. They're evil.
Alright, let's see what Annabelle has to say for herself.
Annabelle, we found one of Edgar's poems about breaking your heart, but you never mentioned him leaving you. Toby.
Poetry should be taken literally, said Agent Kian. Especially not Edgar's. He was so artfully inconsistent. Edgar saw me his muse for every shade of love, from faithful devotion to the despair of abandonment. He wanted to experience every emotion with me.
Something makes me think she's a bit cray-cray.
But deep down, Edgar was just like my kin, my pistol. He'd wander off, but always come back to me.
Jackson knows why that's funny. Actually, you both should know why that's really funny. Mephisto. Well, he never did come back from his wanderings in the cemetery.
Hold on.
I'll get this for now. You don't need to remind me of my Edgar's dead. If only he'd carried the holy water I'd given him to fend off the vampires. Secret Agent Kian, if demons didn't take him, who did? Secret Agent Kian will find out, and if his killer lies in the crumbled to dust, the first ray of sunshine. I can't speak.
Yeah, it's her.
Maybe. I actually don't know. I think the vampire dude might actually be a bit peculiar, but not for the reason he'd think. If not him, then she's a bit of a clue. She's possible. I have my eyes on him, even though I kind of think he's kind of cool.
Okay.
Just me, though. Raccoon. Wooden box. This. Scarf. Dice. Open book. Got some coins. Alright, that's cool. Kian, someone dropped the sketchbook in the mud, but I trust you can recover the rest of the drawings. And what is this locked case doing here? Let's open it. Kian, these clues might shed light on Edgar's final hours. Let us proceed. That's pretty basic. Alright. Oh, it's his muse. Oh wow, what a big surprise. Callum. Oh, that's the friend. That's the drunk one, the one who's holding the bottle. Can you reveal the portrait of the lady we know, Annabelle Lice, so she wasn't only Edgar's muse? Indeed, that drawing is signed by the victim's friend, Callum Edwards. Kian, I'm not an expert like our Diego, but could a man draw the likeness of another woman without coveting that beauty for himself? What if Callum competed with Edgar for at Annabelle's heart? Then it could have given Callum a motive for murder. You're right, Kian. Callum has hopefully sobered up enough to clarify his matter. Probably not. I mean, he doesn't look like the person who's sober. Ever. That. Oh, that was a guess. That. No. That.
That one. Nice.
Alright. Oh, that's the syringe.
I had a feeling that's where we'd find it.
Kian, you found a syringe in the case. Finally, a ray of hope breaks through the darkness. Richard said the pretend vampire bites on the victim's neck were made with a needle. We must get this syringe to Viola. Post haste. Man, I wonder what this mark could be. It totally wouldn't be a fingerprint or anything, you know? It's exactly what it looks like. Alright, we're just gonna get this and that and that and that and that. Kian, I can confirm that the syringe is the killer used to puncture the victim's carotid artery. Some of Edgar's blood was still on the tip. Oh, wow, I just read, sorry, I just read Toby's line. Ha! Kian, as the killer were to impersonate a vampire, their fangs turned out to be nothing but metal. Viola, did the killer leave their fingerprints on this instrument? Okay, so they did. Toby.
Wait, I'm just.
Okay, he's
Damn it,
lagging a
bub.
little bit. Okay, I'll finish up Viola for you. Unfortunately not, but I did find a strange substance on the surface. And it turned out to be red wine. The killer must have had a glass to steady their nerves before handling the syringe. So our killer drinks red wine. That's better than drinking human blood, but it'll land them in jail just the same. I could have guessed that. Yeah, red wine. Wine is wine. Hi there, drunk dude. How you doing?
Right.
Yeah, you've been so left behind. Callum, we thought you and Edgar were friends. What should we make of this portrait you drew of this beloved Abigail?
Ah, you found my sketchbook, Secret Agent Kian. I shan't deny I had feelings for Annabelle.
Keep saying Abigail.
Edgar only courted her to rub her superiority in my face. He always had to prove he was the better man. He bragged that he had more money, that his horse was faster. He even claimed that my own cat Smokey loved him more than me.
Well, that's with all cats. Nobody loves their cat's owner. I mean...
But tonight, I decided to have the last laugh. It was me who sent Edgar to break into the castle, hoping he'd get his comeuppance from Count Damien.
You sent Edgar to the castle hoping that the Count would harm him?
I know enough about vampires to know the Count's only pretending to be one, but I hoped at least he'd unleash his dogs on a burglar. But Edgar came back from the castle unscathed, so my prank didn't cause his death. He only had himself to blame, and I refused to take responsibility.
But you are literally one of the possible reasons he could have been murdered, so you have to take responsibility. But okay. Alrighty then. Oh, that's, not good. Sky's getting darker, that's not good at all. Ever.
Uh-oh.
Kian, is it just me or have the skies got darker? Most fitting since we're stumbling in the dark with Edgar Woe's murder. We learned that Edgar's friend Callum was secretly jealous of him, so while drunk he made Edgar break into the castle on the hill. Oh boy. There, Edgar met Count Damien, who? What the devil was that? It sounded like the howl of... Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Kian, I think there's something lurking in the dark.
Bats.
That's not good.
Why'd it have to be bats?
Oh, God. Well, guys, I will see you all in Chapter 3 when Isaac will hopefully get over his fear of horses to get a new fear of the dark. I will see you guys then. I am Kian from the Cold Case Theorists with
Jack?
Toby.
Toby and Jack. See you guys in the next video.